A very good afternoon, dear viewers. Welcome back to Sun Coasts in Durban.
The last match in the preliminaries.
Now, this match will be the very last in the round robin phase for the ladies team event at the All Africa Pool Championships. For the about 9 teams that are participating in the event, 6 did field teams. No, 7 did field teams in the ladies team event. Now the 7 are playing against one another in a round robin format. Best of 25 or 25 frames have to be played to completion. The top 4 on the resulting league log will make it into the semi-finals. Now in the semi-finals, the team that will top the table will take on the team that will come second. Then the team that will be third will take on the team that will be fourth. Now from the semi-final, in the team that will be first and second, in the semi-final that will be played between teams number 1 and 2, the winner will qualify for the final. However, the loser will still have a fighting chance because they will take on the team that will be winning the match between the third and fourth to determine the champion. Therefore, it is important to be either number 1 or number 2 on the league log because it guarantees them at least, at the very worst, a third place match. 4 frames have been played. The 3 are still ongoing, including this, and the Kenyans are leading by 1 frame to nil. Here are the team sheets on the day. The Tanzanians are lining up. Renina, sorry, the Tanzanians are lining up Rose, then Trigger, then Sisi, then Neema, then Judy. And in this frame, it is Sisi taking on Naomi. The Kenyans, besides Naomi that you're watching now, are lining up Penina, Keruche, Diana, and Jackie, giving the 1 for Kenya, 0 for Tanzania in the East African Derby. Call it the Kilimanjaro Derby, call it the Kiswahili Derby, call it the Ugali Derby, call it everything that you may want. Race to 13, but pretty much best of 25 because the 25 frames have to be played to completion. Now this is Naomi trying to win frame number 2 for Kenya. You can call her the current Kenya national champion because she won the Shujaa Kenya ladies edition, a competition that was held at Club Timbuktu in Eldoret in Western Kenya. How good will her cue ball be for the black? Well, just a little off the cushion. Looks pretty portable to the side pocket on the right, which is the top end of the table. She could take it direct. She can play it a little into the yellow, try and put it off the yellow. Direct off target advantage, Sisi. Another frame is on table. It is being played between Jackie Givingi of Kenya. She's taking on Judy of Tanzania. Then frame number 5 is happening between Diana Macharia of Kenya. She's taking on Neema of Tanzania. We're using 3 tables. 1-0 Kenya up. Looks like concerns in the comments section. People interested in where Njoki is. She's been lined up on the substitutes bench. She's been doing very well, maybe rested for the right reasons. I may have to tell you that Kenya has already qualified into the semi-finals anyway. They are simply fighting to take one of positions number 1 and 2 after explaining to you the qualification format into the final. And this competition will see Kenya participating into the knockout stages of the All Africa Pool Championships in the ladies category for the very first time. The men came short actually. They celebrated before they could make proper calculations, only to discover that the Zimbabwean team nodded them ahead to take 4th place, Kenya 5th in the preliminaries, so the men's in the team event are out. The ladies are still fighting, and given how good they've been playing, I will tip them not only for a place into the semi-finals. I want to think they are good enough to make it into the final. There's a very noisy match that is happening between Botswana and Zambia, and another match that is happening between Zimbabwe and South Africa. The ladies 10 ball final will be an all South African affair in the singles. It will be Joy Willenburg to take on Elzit Cohen, both South African. And then the Heibo final will as well be an all South African final that will be contested between Nicola Rozu to take on Elzit Cohen. She will be the only player to qualify into 2 finals of 2 different disciplines in these games. Some kind of player of the competition ladies category, Elzit Cohen. Then the BLACKBALL event is still into its semi-finals with players, two from South Africa, one from Tanzania, and one from Uganda. That will be the next session on the table after this match is done. There has been an equalizer. I have to beg your pardon. I actually misread and mislooked at the team lineup. The Kenyan lady Neema is not named onto the starting lineup. It is instead Penina Rose Njoki, guys. So PR has played against Joyce in the first frame of the match on one of the tables, and the frame was won by Lois. Therefore, it is Kenya 1 and Tanzania 1. Now, this could be Tanzania taking the lead for the first time in the match. This is CC trying to defeat Naomi. The pot of the ball, that is yellow, will be casual. The movement of the cue ball, maybe not now. She's playing backspin, drawing the cue ball backwards. This is very good skill from the lady that has a very, very soft arm twisting style when she's on table. And she wins the frame. The Taifa female stars 2 and the Harambe female stars 1. Why not look at a frame that is about to end, maybe? It's being played between Diana Macharia of Kenya playing yellows against the Tanzanian Nema playing the reds. Diana, 3 balls on the table, then versus the one for Nema, but the black is positioned right in between Macharia's yellows. Some kind of new look Kenyan team. The team that have a lot of chemistry and a lot of teamwork. They are always working, fighting, and believing in each other. It is there to see, even when you are not a player. Between the Kenyan team, it's one of the reasons why they are having their most successful African championships to date. I want to believe that Kenyan women are the most improved team on the African continent, men and women combined. And they could produce something special in this competition. It is possible. That was intent for Macharia to play defense, hide the cue ball away from Neymar to put the red. The red is in full sight for Neymar. The most efficient shot will be long range pot of the ball to the corner pocket top left, drawing the cue ball backwards. If she did, the cue ball will be natural for her to manipulate how to put black to the corner pocket bottom right, but first be on target, and only if she aims not for the side pocket but the corner pocket. But looks like she is opting for the center pocket instead. Cue ball would be a problem if she did, whether or not she puts, and yes, game reading not so good, execution even worse. And what can Macharia do if she plays well? She's looking like she could be winning this ongoing frame. was too much concentration from the young Kenyan woman, but manipulating cue ball from that kind of play for the last yellow was always going to be difficult. She will take the credit for having the shot on target anyway. She plays not to pot. That will go down as not so bad game reading. Unless Nema can do something special here, with the cue ball frozen against the cushion, try and put the remaining red on the table to the corner pocket top left. A little unlikely, nonetheless possible. 7 teams registered for the ladies team event, including these two. Then South Africa, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Zambia, and Eswatini. 3 of them will be eliminated from the competition at the preliminary stage because these matches will be the last in the preliminaries. Then 4 will qualify into the semi-finals. That is good shooting from Nema, good recovery. But Machara will be counting on her chances because of the position between white and black. Also ongoing is a frame that is being played between the Tanzanian player, that is Judy, taking one Jackie Givingi. There's also a frame that is happening between now Penina Rose as Macharia has a relatively decent chance. Simply put, she should have potted. Cue ball was natural. She should have potted. She has played the red a little, the yellow a little dead. Even when Nema tries to go for the bank, cue ball will naturally not be okay, even if she's not to pot the black. That's not good game reading from Macharia. But you may now see Jackie Githingi celebrating a win against Machafuko. At the same time, Emma has narrowly missed the black. So it's now 2 frames apiece between Kenya and Tanzania, trying to give you 360-degree coverage, as many frames as possible, as many winnings as possible, as many players to see as I possibly can. Score is 2-2 between Kenya and Tanzania. So you're having frame number 5 on the table and frame number 6 as well ongoing on another table. That was always going to be very difficult. She knows, Macharia, that she's losing the frame as it is being won by Nema. She'll have the easiest black to pot. Tanzania 3, Kenya 2. We can now have the frame between Machafuko and Keruche. With Keruche, the Kenyan, by the way, Kenya are adorning the white just for purpose of distinction, with their name on the back of their t-shirt and their proud flag on the back of their t-shirt. That is Keruche, famously known all over the internet as the pole queen. She's a very, very famous people person. In fact, not a person, she's a famous personality, especially on the table as a player, but even more importantly, off the table on social media. Perhaps the yellow is possible. She may have to cheat the pocket a little to find the jaw. That's not pocket cheating. Almost ended up as a foul. This will be advantage match of Foko. At one time it seemed that she was losing the frame. So known to each other, they are these players in this East African derby. She's trying to map out a way. If she may have to put it. Of course, the ball that is stuck at the corner pocket, but manipulating the ball for another will not be obvious for Miss Machafuko. She's trying to contemplate something special here now. Roll the one remaining red on the table right against the rail towards the corner pocket on the right. If she plays it with some top spin, if it goes in, cue ball will be automatic for the black, as well portable to the corresponding corner pocket bottom left. She's taking all the time. She knows it could be her last shot, shouldn't she put? It's off, slightly off. Advantage Kerichi. But has to be very careful here. Normally rolling the yellow, which is bottomwards, will almost certainly have herself snookered. The shot she's trying to play is not as easy as it may seem. Wouldn't fault her for starting to put the one that is parked near the corner pocket anyway. Good game reading. With just one good shot, she will be winning another frame in the match. The yellow is in. She wins the brain game in the match and equalizes in terms of scores. It is Kenya now 3 and Tanzania 3, with another game happening between Rose of Tanzania. She's taking on Jackie of Kenya on table 2. There's a more noisy match happening. When the Zambians are playing, they make sure that everybody recognizes that they are playing. So supportive towards each other. When the men are playing, the ladies are supporting throughout. When the ladies are playing, it is vice versa. Rose on the yellows for Tanzania, Jackie on the reds for Kenya. Three, best of 25 frames to be played to completion. Rose now. It is tricky. Potting and manipulating cue ball, has to tap on it and maintain the cue ball almost by spinning slightly backwards into the yellow. It almost was a very special shot. While it hasn't been pulled off as much as she would have wanted, I applaud her for an effort that produced something almost so special. Had the cue ball been bigly played into the yellow, For now, there is very little space between white and yellow. She may try to slide the cue ball off into the yellow to play it a little off the red into the corner pocket on the left. Not easy to perfect as it is easy to say, but the intention is to play yellow off red like that. It was almost a very special shot, just that sometimes almost is not good enough. 3-3 in the derby of East Africa, a country that has a lot in common. They have the Kiswahili language in common. They have the Namanga border in common. They have the mountain Kilimanjaro in common. They have ugali in common as a staple food. They also have the Great Lake Victoria in common. They have East African Brotherhood in common, but that is not the issue here right now. They are big opponents on the pool table. It is on one table Machafko versus Macharia, on another table Rose versus Giringi, and another table Nema versus Naomi. Shall be seeing as many tables as possible, as many players as possible, with more to appreciate African ladies pool as much as possible. Now what can Rose do here? Combination shot is close to impossible. She was kidding me. From the kind of position, it was always going to be very, very, very difficult. She has the right to have the cue ball in hand. Jackie, I don't even know why she's waiting. I also don't think she needs to waste her shot on the opponent's ball because the frame is finishable, but she needs to have the cue ball in hand in the first place. Kenya's former national champion, the 2024 winner of the Shujaa wa Kenya ladies chapter event that was played at Mchana Pub and Grill in Nairobi. She has played the free shot, not anywhere close to good enough. I don't even know why she decided not to have the cue ball in hand. To play the two reds into each other, try and finish the frame. In the end, not a bad way to recover. For Rose, the best option is to play the yellow off the bottom cushion. But even then she plays it, even if she puts, she will have pretty much dead black. Kenya 3 once again, and Tanzania 3. Best of 25 with the semi-final places to grab, and having either position number 1 and 2 on the league log of 7 teams. Either of those will guarantee themselves at least third position in the competition if they were number 1 and 2. This is the mathematics of how it works out in terms of playing in the semi-finals. Now number 1 faces number 2 in the semi-finals as Rose finds the yellow, and then number 3 plays against number 4. The winner of the semi-final that is played between number 1 and number 2 qualifies for the final. The winner of the semi-final between number 3 and 4 doesn't immediately qualify for the final. They have to have another playoff against the team that is defeated in the other semi-final between number 1 and 2. I hope you get the math and the road to the final. Whatever she can do about this black, maybe just play it with power. Hope that it moves as far away as possible from its spot. Trying to go for luck. Combination shooting is almost impossible. Maybe just tap a little onto the black, play it closer to the red, but off the cushion. That it's just her living quite dangerously. She's deciding to play off cushion, plays the black, almost got it sunk. Almost did something quite special, quite unique. And Jackie Gedingi will need to play one big shot. How good will the cue ball be? There we are. She's left it quite thin, quite tempting. Whether she may want to play by bank, red off top cushion into the side pocket on the at bottom, or have a sharp cut of the red, try to put it to the side pocket at the top. She's going for the sharp cut. It looks in. Yes, it is. She's a relatively good shooter. These ones she puts with ease, and easy does it. Jackie defeats Rose. Kenya 4, Tanzania 3. Another frame is happening between Machafuko for Tanzania and Macharia of Kenya. Here it is. Now this match is to be done in the next 51 minutes. Perhaps it's time enough. Thereafter we shall have the ladies semi-finals in Black ball. Should be. And if I'm not mistaken, we should be having the team semi-finals tonight. There has been a foul, very unfortunate foul by Macharia Diana. Advantage Mashafko. Another frame is starting between Tanzania's Trigger and Kenya's Penin and Jockey, while another is as well happening between Tanzania's Rose and Kenya's Naomi. The Kenyans have opted to have Stella and Doreen on the bench for this one, deciding to change stuff a bit. They as well have depth because they have been performing relatively well. With those two on the team, they are not performing bad without those two on the team. As well, Nyambi is lined up on the subs bench. And it has been Diana Macharia and Naomi favored to start. It's actually my opinion to have Naomi start. She's the current national champion. Why not? Macharia claims that there was a foul. I'm not so certain there is agreement between the players. Perhaps there is. She claimed that Machafko did touch into the red as she played, and there was agreement between the players that yes, there was a foul. What can Macharia do about it? She's seemingly not going for bank. She thinks she can have a sharp cut on the red to the center pocket. It was always going to be very difficult. She almost fouls. She survives. Sorry guys, the source of light for the table, that is the table headlamp, is too close to the base of the table bed. That is why there is flashing videography on the pool table. Not so much that the streamer could do about that. Machafko wanting to cut yellow to the center pocket left. It's off. Cue ball in. Advantage Macharia to try and play black with two shots, hopefully for her win the frame. Given the fact that black is touching one of Machafko's yellow, it has to be a very good manipulated free shot, or else we could be speaking another story. Kenya 5, Tanzania 3. There is another ongoing frame between Penina Rose Njoki and Twiga. Here it is. Five frames to 3. The female Harambee Stars up against the female Taifa Stars. Best of 25. So far, 8 frames are done to completion. Another has been done between Rose and Naomi. That one. It has been won by the Tanzanian Rose. Therefore, it is 5 frames to 4 now. After 9 frames played. Trigger has to be quite careful. She has to be very careful not to foul. Actually, rightly deciding to play the distant. Already it's tricky. Even with her tall body size, it's quite tricky. She's played yellow first. Somehow, Penina did not realize the foul. Now, by the rules of engagement, when there is a foul, it is the player supposed to report the foul to the umpire. And she was very observant from because I was looking at her, but somehow she did not observe her opponent fouling and chose and played like it was normal play. But that could matter less if she wins the frame anyway. Just be very careful. Thank you for watching, guys. Mbete. It's like the audio output is not good. She has cheated the pocket simply to stand a chance of passing the block. It was always going to be close to impossible to sink it in. I hope the audio output is better now, guys. I may have to switch microphones for the rest of the match. As Twiga, she's supposed to be one of the better, if not the best Tanzanian player, at least for the two tournaments that I've watched in Tanzania. She seems to have been playing a little better than others. She's from the Snipers team in Dar es Salaam. Her opponent is from the Mchana team in Nairobi. Then Tanzanian player G, as she calls herself, is now taking on Stella, who is coming into the match for the Kenyan team as a substitute. 5 frames to 4. Kenya is leading against Tanzania with Kenya's finest. Fine enough, looking to have a sharp cut on the black, put it to the corner pocket on the top left. It's in. Kenya 6, Tanzania 4. Now this is the frame between G taking on Stella. G the Tanzanian, Stella the Kenyan. There's a very noisy match that is happening between Zambia and Eswatini. The Zambians have been shouting throughout. It's now the turn of the Eswatinians to show them their singing skills. But in the East African Derby, there is almost little singing. All the concentration is for either of these ladies to try and win the match. Simply on the table. Frame number 13 is on the verge of starting. It's going to be played between Tanzania's Trigger and Kenya's Jackie Githingi, while a prayer frame is already underway between Tanzania's Rose and Kenya's Diana Masharia. This one you're watching is between Tanzania's G and Kenya's Stella. With 37 minutes left on the clock, I've been advised that with the elapse of time for the team events, they are allowed a chance to play the match to completion, unless it is really not possible. But it is very possible because yes, the next session starts about 35 minutes after the end of the ongoing, so there will be enough time they can play for more than 1 hour left. Still 10 frames played, 6 won by the Kenyans and 4 by the Tanzanians. G fouls again. Now the decision by a member of the technical committee of the All Africa Pool Associations has been to use a fourth table in order to ensure that the match perhaps is done in its allocated time. So there's going to be another frame, number 14, that is going to be played between Tanzania's Machafuko to take on Kenyans in Jockey. So it is 4 frames happening at the same time. Special dedication of this match to fellow live streamer, that is Jesse Mwaura of the Kenyan YouTube streaming platform Mchana Polo Club. I'm trying as much as possible, my brother, to represent you in your absence at the games, and I'm hoping I'm representing as good as I can. Also, thank you guys for watching. Those are watching from Dar es Salaam, where the majority of this Tanzanian team are based anyway, including this young woman G, who fouls for the 3rd time in the match against Stella. She has the cue ball in hand, all 4 yellows on the table, positioned relatively well. She will have herself to blame. Shouldn't she finish this one off? It seems majority of the people watching from Nairobi like to watch Njoki playing. Okay, when this one is done, we shall take the camera to her frame. Tight frame, it still is. Stella losing her pattern. She needs to have this one on target. To the corner pocket. It looks in. Slightly off. G can't breathe again. Now Tanzania's Rose has won another frame, so the scoreline has been narrowed to 6 for Kenya and 5 for Tanzania. This could be the equalizing frame of the match if G can sink in the black to the corner pocket, bottom left. She aims, it looks off, but it's in. Tanzania 6 and Kenya 6. Best of 25. At least half of the match has been played. This one will be frame number 14. There are other 3 frames happening on other tables. That is Rose again starting another frame against Peruche. There is Jackie of Kenya taking on Tiga of Tanzania. For now, we are watching Machafuko of Tanzania taking on Rose of Kenya. But for the fact that there is Rose in Tanzania, for this one we can call her Njoki. And she's the most dependable player on the Kenyan team. Also, the most improved, she also has the best results from all the Kenyan women in all recent comps outside the country of Kenya. She has 3 reds left on the table. One of them a problem ball. The 2 pretty easily finishable. The one that will cause problems is the one that is parked near the side pocket on the left because it is so close to Machafuko's yellow. The East African Derby has gotten tighter. That was Njaki playing the cue ball into the dead red. I'm not so certain she intended it. If she did, she'll be becoming a very special player. Maybe she intended little backspin to find white for the red that is closer to the bottom of the table. Anyway, I just think it that way. She's going for the diagonal foot of the red to the corner pocket top right. Kibble will naturally remain in almost that same position for the six. She plays with a lot of power. She doesn't pot. She should simply have tapped the cue ball a little into the red and drag the cue ball not to move a big distance. Advantage match of and frame number 13 has been won by Twiga. It is now Tanzania 7 and Kenya 6. Please don't quote me wrong. I at once called the table. It is just my in-mind calculations. I am not so certain that the Kenyans are already into the top 4, irrespective of whether they win or lose this one. I just think that naturally, at the bare minimum, winning 3 and losing 3 in a table of 7 gets you into the top 4. Now their very best could help them pull one back against Machafuko. If she plays the red, try to put it to the corner pocket bottom right, and with top spin, cue ball will naturally bounce off the bottom cushion and then move a little topwards. She wants to put black to that same corner pocket. She needs to play it with power. Very, very, very good shooting from Njoki. This is the player who I first saw 3 years ago. Couldn't even beat anybody in any tournament. Today, she's good enough to have beaten even South Africa's finest in this very competition in the team event. She's not doing any worse. She inspires her team to yet another equalizer in the same match. Kenya 7 and Tanzania 7. Now we've not watched Dora at all into the team as a substitute, taking on Twiga. Another frame is starting between Machafuko of Tanzania and Jackie Giving of Kenya, while Nema of Tanzania is as well taking one. Keruche, the Kenyan Rose of Tanzania, is just about to start another frame against Stella of Kenya. I think there is a lot of outcry for Keruche's frame. I like to say that as viewers, your wish is always my command. We are Nema of Tanzania playing yellow against Kerichi of Kenya. In the background, you can as well see the frame between Jackie Githingi of Kenya taking on Machafuko of Tanzania. There is another frame that is happening between Trigger for Tanzania and Dora of Kenya, while another frame is happening between the Kenyan Stella and the Tanzanian Rose. Four of them all at the same time. And these four will be giving us a very good picture of who of these two teams will be winning this match. The more experienced Tanzanians or the new kids on the block that are Team Kenya. Now one of them is this lady. She has slight sight, very slight sight of the black. It's very difficult trying to put it anywhere on the body of the table. She may just have to play it with power. Maybe try to play it against the left cushion. Try and put it by bank to the corner pocket, bottom right. It's the only kind of calculatable shot I may imagine on this table. 7-7 in the Namanga Derby, the Kilimanjaro Derby, the Lake Victoria Derby, the Kiswahili Derby. I also call it the Ugali Derby. And maybe my observation was at the end of the day wrong. That black was possible. It would have blown my mind away should she have gotten it sunk. 7-7. This is Nema for Tanzania. She's just nicknamed Nay. She almost sank in the cue ball. She's just had a very deep breath, imagining what could really have happened bad. The same that she has just survived. Sometimes it is tricky trying to play with that kind of cue ball. What she needs is just roll it with minimal energy under pressure. She goes for power. That one will go down as a non-powerful shot. And I want to believe that Kericha will be fancying her chances of at least playing again in this frame. As you as well enjoy the background frame between the Kenyan Githingi and the Tanzanian Machafuko. As well, on another table is the Kenyan Doreen and the Tanzanian Trigger, as well as on another table the Tanzanian Rose and the Kenya's Stella. Kericha has another chance. She has relatively good ability to shoot on target. I fancy her to sink this black in. She also has good focus, but a very big miss. This is Neymar for the bank. The bank is off. Cue ball is in, but she will not. She will count herself a little fortunate. The black has been played to a position where she may say that you may never know. Cue ball in hand. This is a very tricky shot he has to play. Normally, try and cut it or tap the cue ball onto the black very softly. You utilize the free shot if you can't pot, if you can't have a shot. She goes for the soft touch. She's been a little too confident. It could have gone anywhere, but she survives and will be winning the frame and will be taking the lead for Kenya. It is now Kenya 8 and Tanzania 7.
Lakini tumebreak.
Hiyo ni meza yako.
This one will be a very tightly contested frame. They are taking too much time. They both fear to open up the frame because of the pile up of reds and yellows around the black near the edge of the black spot. Trigger for Tanzania taking on Doreen of Kenya. While G of Tanzania starts another frame between herself and Keriche the Kenyan. There is an ongoing frame between Tanzania's Machafuko and Kenya's Jackie Githingi. While still playing out is Rose of Tanzania and Kenya's Stella. Now there will be one very, very happy person with the growth of Kenyan pool in the ladies game. And that person is the lady that is taking on Trigger. And this one, she's a very, very special person. For most of the years, as way back as 10, no, more than 10 years ago, when Kenyans weren't even participating in the AAPA, Doreen herself could make her way into the event. Also got into administration in Kenyan pool. She has inspired all of these girls to join the game, start training regularly, join her into the team. Nowadays, some of them are even outplaying her. She's more than happy to have that as a result. Now she is part of a team that is relatively strong enough on the African continent. She's also a leader that has been named the vice president of the AAPA, Doreen Wandia. Dora Odin, as she is called by the Mchana Pool fraternity. She's having these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds to contend with in this close and tense East African derby. Sorry, she's on the yellows. But I may have to flip the camera to another frame that could end sooner than this. This is the frame I'm talking about between Tanzania's Machafuko and Kenya's Jackie Githingi. Machafuko on the reds, She's having clear advantage. Two reds, one to the side pocket on the left, one to the corner pocket top right. Black is there in space to be taken. Plays a little top spin, simply to have sight of the red, which she does. Maybe another shot to be played in the same exact way, with the same exact outcome. Simply pot red with a little top spin, cue ball to bounce off the right cushion, simply to have sight of the black to pot to the center pocket on the left. She plays with a little more power, now leaves a relatively big cut between white and black. She now has support instead, I think, to the corner pocket top left of the screen. The score is 8 for Kenya and 7 for Tanzania. Now 8 for Kenya and 8 for Tanzania. Rest to 13 is now rest to 5. Another frame has been won by the Tanzanian Rose. She has beaten Stella. Tanzania now lead by 9 frames to 8. We can have a look at G, the Tanzanian, taking on the Kenyan Kericho. The pool queen will have to inspire Kenya to break yet another barrier in the match that is becoming, I think, the most closely contested of them all in the ladies preliminaries so far. For most of the matches, the winning team has been having it all their way, winning by relatively big margins, but this one has been neck to neck from the start. It is still neck to neck as we speak. And Keriche misses. Advantage to G. She's going for it. The roll of the red to the corner pocket, bottom right. It is in. She has good ability to pot. She also has a man's stroke on the pool table, as well as very good bravery. This is brave shooting from this young woman. And where has she been all this long? That's why I love these competitions. You get to see new talents, new kids on the block day in, day out. Cue ball is frozen against the cushion. It will be difficult for G to sink the black in. She fouls. Advantage Keriche. Now this one may look a little easy, but it will require a lot of game reading. She will perhaps need to play for a free shot, the yellow that is frozen against the cushion. Roll it towards the corner pocket bottom right with no intention to pot it, then pot it on her second shot and manipulate the cue ball rightwards where the last yellow is. Will be effective if she doesn't pot. If she pots, not really. She plays not to pot, and yes, she doesn't pot. Very good brains from the pool queen. A slide of the cue ball onto the yellow. Cue ball allowed to bounce off the cushion with minimal energy. The cue ball moves rightwards and she will be in business. Just like that. She's okay. No snooker here. It is a snooker. Very, very, very unfortunate. Even after playing so well, thinking so well, the shot lacked a little accuracy. The tables look a little bit fast. Maybe she has sight of the yellow. Actually, she does. I think I was right in my anticipation. wanting to put black to the side pocket bottom. She wants to win a second in a row. Black to the center pocket bottom. It's a miss. The Tanzanians could be taking a 2-frame lead for the very first time in the match here. With 10 minutes allocated for the rest of the match to play, G versus the black. Perhaps wants to bank, perhaps wants a sharp cut. Goes for the sharp cut. It goes for the bank instead and misses, leaving the black ball to just the point around the middle of the table. Kericha seems too confident that she'll be sinking this one in, even smiling before taking the shot. Her aim is perhaps to the corner pocket bottom right. She's been around the place playing and promoting the game simply by playing, smiling and dancing. The black dances into the corner pocket. Kericho wins Tanzania 9 and Kenya 9. But there has been this unending frame that has been played forever. Cue ball in hand for the Tanzanian player, that is Trigger. With 2 reds to go for Trigger, and then the black. Very decent player she is. You remember how reaching the round of last 16 of the Q Masters tournament, international version in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, losing out to a player from Uganda, and has played the cue ball efficiently well. If she stops the cue ball onto the red by a little backspin, because of the little cut between white and red, the cue ball will be natural for her to try and put black to the same corner pocket as well. If she simply rolls it naturally, black will be played into, white will be played into the black. Then move it closer to the corner pocket top right. That will be not bad either. It's what she plays. The rest is a formality. The Tanzanians will not want to go down with ease. They want the victory as much as do the Kenyans. Trigger versus the black for the lead of the Tanzanians to be regained. Tanzania 10 and Kenya 9. Now Rose of Tanzania against Rose from Kenya. That is Penina Njoki. Okay, it is Rose versus Rose, so I will say Penina onto the yellow. She has the black positioned not in anyone's favor whatsoever. But she pots. She could get herself snookered. Cue ball is played into the red and she is snookered at least partially. She's of late the shining star of ladies pool in Kenya. You can as well call her the new shining star of Kenya's pool in total. Plays the cue ball of cushion into black. This could be special into the red. And there we are. Sorry guys, it is Nema of Tanzania taking on Stella. Sorry, taking on Penina. Rose of Kenya. It's not Rose versus Rose. After this, we shall immediately be having the ladies singles in the semi-finals. Now she needs a big shot. What red she's looking at to the same corner pocket where she has just spotted the previous, and then move the cue ball the entire length of the table rightwards. And at the top end, it is not easy playing with top spin because there is the direction between white and red is so straight. She may need backspin with a lot of English. It is not as easy as that shot may look, most especially considering ladies competition. But how good can Nema do this? She's playing top spin, but right direction. She has tried her best. The shot just lacked a little bit of power. I love the fact that she played the skill in the right way. Ten guys between Tanzania and Kenya. Nema intent on having a sharp cut on the red to the corner pocket bottom right. There she goes. It's in. Now the moment of truth. Who of the two teams between Kenya and Tanzania will be the first to 11? We shall know when this shot is played. Shot off target. Cue ball almost got on target. Penina Rose survives. It has to be a direct trial to put black to the side pocket bottom. She will take all the time she has in the world. She knows how crucial this frame is, how crucial it will be for her trying to put black. Off target. Now the advantage with the center pocket is that when you don't pot, normally you don't give the cue ball away. If you go for the bank, you don't have control of the cue ball. Neymar will perhaps want to tap the cue ball into the black with power, try to put it to the corner pocket bottom left where she's standing now. It will be one of the most impressive shots of the match if she gets it in. She almost got lucky there. Finally, she's completely unlucky. Penina Rose is not only playing well, she's also the lucky player in the match. She wants to right the wrongs that she did previously. She aimed for black to that center pocket where she did not. Now she has another turn, this time with a lot of ease, with two shots and cue ball in space. She aims and aims and aims and plays and puts. Kenya 11, Tanzania 12. The noise in the background is for the Botswanan team. They have defeated Zambia in the same edition by 13 frames to 12 by a decider.
It's like Kenya.
So there was some kind of confusion. I was also surprised because the amount of time that is allocated for the time for the match is over, but the tournament, the head referee is called Rabos, has advised that for the team event the match has to be played to completion. 11 frames to 10. I want to think that the 4 frames remaining on the table should be played at pretty much the same time. The Kenyans will need to win 2 of them, the Tanzanians 3 for the victory.
BLACKBALL ladies, the scorers were 6 Tanzania, six hours, so rest of time, we have an hour and 40 minutes. Like BLACKBALL yellow, you can start your session. Start your matches.
John and Kyle Akulu from Team Gold Men Singles Finalists.
I want to beg your pardon, guys. There was a mix-up of the scores because you were as well watching the scoreboard when I last updated you. I've been taking care of another match, but I was told by the time they had that break, there was that mix-up. Then they had a recount of the scores instead of the 11-10 that they were flipping their scoreboard on, and that I was advertising, that I was announcing. It was actually 10-10. Since then, the Tanzanians have won two. Now they lead by 12 frames to 10. There are three frames that are going to be happening at the same time, and the Kenyans need to win all or else succumb to defeat. Now, if Neymar puts this black, of course, the high likelihood is by bank. Black played off the top cushion into the side pocket bottom into the bottom center pocket. That will be it. With the Tanzanians, will have completed a comeback that will be giving them victory in the East African Derby with this one shot if black is in. Was for the bank, not on target. Kenya survives. Wait for the microphone. Jackie Gidingi finally gives the chance away again to Neymar to shoot the black on target to preempt celebrations from Dar es Salaam. There she is. Neymar versus the black for victory for Tanzania against Kenya. Again off target. Could be a snooker this. Very lucky is Neymar. Black is right in front of both of the yellows. I doubt Jackie has sight of any. Jackie wins, Kenya 11, Tanzania 12. Now the chance goes to Twiga of Tanzania if she can win against Stella. Then it will be victory. If Stella wins, then we shall have a decider in frame 25. 12 frames to 11. Trigger of Tanzania, of course wearing the proud Tanzanian colors, green, yellow, blue, some shade of black, still adorning the Kenyan flag, the red of Kenya, a little shade of black on the t-shirt as well. These are pressure times. As for Twiga, I think she's participating in the African Championships for the very first time, because the last time Tanzania were in the AAPA, I think, was in 2022. She wasn't there. By the way, Stella, same case as well, but she has been participating in international tournaments a little more than Twiga. Stella was in Tanzania for both Q Masters Championships, both in Arusha and in Dar es Salaam. Twiga is moving out of Tanzania for competition only for the very first time, but I think it is one of many trips that she will have out of the country in favor of Twiga in relation to the position of the balls. That is her yellows in comparison to Stella's reds. The ladies singles semi-finals have started. My Facebook page, Break and Finish Live, has the ladies singles blackball match between the all South African pair, that is Call It Girls, taking on the two-time champion Nicola Rezu. I think that is 1 frame to nil. Nicola is in the lead, while QPixel's photography as well as the All Africa Polo Station Facebook page do have the match between the Tanzanian Cecilia and the Ugandan Rashida. Those two are currently drawing 1-1. She's really playing very cautiously, Stella. How much the Kenyans will want to make sure. That was quite careless from Trigger. Maybe the pressure is starting to get the better of her. She has the better positioned balls. It is easy to say that Stella is the more composed player. But Trigger is a much better player than what we are seeing in this competition. I have to say, because the first time I saw her, she was playing quite decently. I remember streaming a match in her against between her taking on the Ugandan Mutesi. She lost by 5 frames to 2, but yes, it is respectable winning those two against a player of that quality. Stella plays already into yellow to have control of the corner pocket, bottom left. She should have played not to pot again. Maybe the red that is close to the cue ball again to be played into those two reds that are touching each other near the same corner pocket, bottom left of the table. For her to pot or for her not to pot, still will be okay. So what she's exactly playing and plays okay. Now, in my mental calculations, now that all other matches on all other tables in the lady preliminaries are over, besides this one, which will be the slowest of them all, I think Tanzania will be getting knocked out of the AAPA, irrespective of whether they win this match or not. If the Kenyans have made it into the semi-finals, if they win this match, they will be qualifying into the semi-finals in position number 2. If they don't, they will be out of the top 2. Now, this is how the semi-finals work out. The team that finishes top takes on the team that finishes second in the semi-finals, and the winner of that match qualifies into the final. But the loser doesn't get completely knocked out. They still have to play a playoff between the team. They still have to play out a playoff against the team that wins the match between the team that finished number 3 and the team that finished number 4. So to guarantee a spot in the top 3, first it has to be victory of this match for Kenya. As for Tanzania, they want to bow out of the competition with a little bit more respect. Now you get it. As for Kenya, if they win this match, it's about qualifying in second place, such that if they win the semi-final, they go into the final. But the team that wins the second semi-final between number 3 and 4 only plays the playoff against the team that loses in the first semi-final. I hope that you get the math. So the team that wins, if Kenya wins, they still have 2 chances. Either they win the semi-final to make it into the final, or they win the playoff to make it into the final. Don't shout. Be neutral. So we have decided.
Head left to control. Head left to control.
Now there is something that is almost shameful that is happening in this match. That is Cecilia Kileo, the Tanzanian player, was involved in this match, but when the time elapsed, you remember when time elapsed, she was supposed to be playing now in the semi-finals of the ladies singles, and she was called into the tables on the table to play the ladies singles. It's such a mix-up. She's supposed to be playing a decider in this match against Kenya, and yet she's playing her singles match against the Ugandan Rashida. So I will be back later to show you that decider. For now, it is 12 for Kenya and 12 for Tanzania.